Hey, Ricky Black is calling back. Hello, hello, Ricky.
Hey, what did I say?
Yeah, they called you. Hey, so I'm currently live right now, Ricky. So I picked up the call so the audience could hear you.
My parole agent just showed up. I was talking to my parole agent right now.
Okay, can you hear me, Ricky?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, cool, cool, perfect, perfect. So we're
Can
live
you hear
already.
me?
Yeah, if you want, let me see. Okay, yeah, you're good, Ricky. I got you right here on the screen.
Is there enough light right here?
Yeah, you're good. You're good. Can everybody hear Ricky good? If you guys could give me a thumbs up to make sure you guys could hear Ricky, or should I raise the volume up a little bit? Thumbs up. Okay, they give me the thumbs up. Okay, so you were saying your parole agent showed up?
Yeah. Right? Hey, listen.
Uh huh.
So my parole agent showed up, right?
Yeah.
And then as I'm talking to him, he's literally standing in the room. Someone called from Centinela.
Yeah, yeah,
I hung the phone up, right?
yeah.
And then you called, and I was gonna click onto you,
Uh huh.
but I didn't know if my parole agent would have been cool with that or not, you know?
Yeah,
So
yeah. So is this the first time that you met him, or did you meet him last week or last week, like the day after you came home?
this is a new parole agent I got, and I've seen him 3 times already.
Okay. Is that normal?
Well, from what the lifers tell me is our parole agents get switched a lot. But I was just talking to him, and he says that I'm probably going to stay on his caseload for a while. So he's a lifer parole agent. So I was like, cool.
All right. Hey, Ricky. So for I got a few people in here that are saying, hey. We got Kim. She says, hey, Ricky. We got Feisty. She says, hey, Ricky. Let me see right here. And then everybody's saying that they can hear you. So can you introduce yourself, Ricky? You know who you are, uh, um, what you've been through, and just a little, just a little bit about yourself.
My name is Ricky Black. I've spent over 4 decades in the in the incarcerated state of California. I recently served about 26 years in prison and was released August 1st from Centinela State Prison. My man James picked me up. I'm sure you guys have seen the videos already of my release. I'm currently in transitional housing in LA, which is fantastic. In 10 days, I've done a lot. DMV, Medi-Cal, the welfare benefits that we get because they give us food stamps and they give us cash benefits for a year. And I went down to the DMV, got my driver's permit, and trying to get legal. Uh, I've been doing a lot, man. I've already started meetings, AA meetings. Went to a lifers group down in downtown LA the other day. Did some behind the wheel driving with a boy of mine, driving in the LA traffic. Wasn't as crazy as I thought. It's a bump on a bumper. You could drive with your eyes closed in that. So, uh,
Now I got a question right here from Chad, and he's asking, "Have you gotten laid yet, Ricky?"
I haven't. Unfortunately, man, getting out and meeting women when you're so busy doing things is hard to do. Everybody's busy looking at their phone, moving in different directions. We're gonna have like a dance here at Mass Liberations here. Sometimes it's sometime this month. I'm hoping there's some ladies there. Hopefully, I can meet them. I was thinking about getting on some of these apps, man, but I'm not too sure about getting on them right now. So, because I'm not from LA, this is not my area. If I was at home, of course, I would already hooked up with somebody. But I'm in LA in a place I don't know, and I've been gone for 25 years. So, things will come in due time, though.
Hey, let me ask you. So you mentioned that you're in LA, and you're not familiar with LA. You're originally from Bakersfield.
Yeah.
how has it been, how have you managed to be able to navigate and find whatever locations you're looking for?
My friends, man, I got a great support group right here of ex-lifers that have blazed the trail for me already, and they've been showing me the ropes, been taking me around to different places, showing me how to do things, how to take care of myself, how to navigate technology, how to use my card at the stores, all of those things, man, things that I didn't know. So like I said, man, I got a lot of good friends supporting me.
Nice, nice. And what's the hardest thing that you've tried to do out here? Like whether it's like using your phone or using the sinks, because we went to McDonald's, like that was one of the
Yeah.
first stops when we made when we came out. What was like the hardest thing that you have to deal with, being out?
The hardest, the still is, my sense of direction is the hardest thing because I don't know where everything's at, right? And so, that's really, the issue is sense of direction. Where do I need to go? How do I get there? Things like that. That's the traversing this place that you've never been. And I'm not saying that it's hard in a way that it's preventing me from doing anything, but it's a challenge.
Challenge. All right. And let me see. I got a question for you right here from Grace. And Grace is asking, does Ricky talk to people he used to deal with before he went in for the 25 years?
I do not.
He doesn't. All right. And let me see. Don says, tell him to use Google Maps. Yeah, that's definitely a good one. And I believe I mentioned that Ricky had mentioned that he does use Google Maps to be able to navigate. Let me see.
Yeah, I have it. I have Google Maps and I know how to use it, right? And I know all I got to do is I don't want to say it because she knows my voice already. Siri. So she knows who I am. And I can ask her anything and she'll give me the directions. So
we got a question from I think James, and they're asking, does he talk to his kids?
absolutely. I FaceTime my daughters all the time, which is awesome.
And let me see. And June G is asking, how does it feel to be free?
You know, I can't believe where I was 10 days ago to where I'm at today. The mindset of changing your thought process to I'm free after being in prison for close to 26 years. You got to really pinch yourself, every single day uh, of what's, where you're at. Like all the things, like I open the doors myself now. I'm not waiting for anybody to open my door for me to go shower. I'm not waiting for anyone to open my door so I could go eat. I'm not waiting for anybody to open my door so I could go work, right? I'm not standing up for count time at 4:30 in the afternoon with my bright light on. I'm not waiting for my door to open so I could go work out or go outside. I'm not waiting for canteen once a month so I can go shop and buy me the things that I need. When I'm talking to people on the phone, I don't have to wait. I'm not thinking about, oh, the phone's gonna, shut off in 15 minutes. Like all of these little things that I've been conditioned for the last 25 plus years, right? Like all of that stuff's out and it's easily forgotten already. Like I've already forgot about that stuff. Now I'm able to do all those things myself. Like this morning, I went and made me a couple breakfast burritos, some scrambled eggs, put some tortas on the stove, heated them up, And then last night, I made myself a couple hamburgers, some nice hamburgers. Got to heat my buns up, come on tomatoes, put some spinach on there. It was great, man. All the things that I'm doing myself. Like I go jump in the shower myself. No one's telling me, hey, you could go shower now. So all of those things, man, I'm doing myself today. I'm opening the doors today, not nobody else. And That's it's just it's great. Like I'm very grateful, that I'm able to do that for myself.
Man, that's interesting, Ricky. Man, and let me see. I got some other questions right here from let me see, from Kelsey, and Kelsey wants to know what were you eating earlier on? Like right now, like you were eating, so you were snacking on something.
Grapes, grapes, things that you don't get in prison, right? Oranges.
Oh,
Okay.
you don't get oranges in prison?
Well, in Centinela, you get them every once in a while, right? But these are things that you don't get. You don't get oranges in prison. Like, it depends on what prison you get in. Centinela was the first prison I ever been in that gave us oranges, and that was the first oranges I had eaten in 23 years. So these are grapes. I love fruit, so love trail mix. Good healthy stuff that I get to go buy at the store. Healthy choices, healthy snacks.
Let me ask you. So we got another question from. Let me see. We had another question from. Let me see. I gotta scroll up a little bit right here. From, where is it right here? Oh, Kim. Kim is asking, is this scary at all being free?
No, no, absolutely not, man. I mean, it's just absolutely beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful that I'm out and I'm able to do the things that I'm doing. FaceTiming with you right now, FaceTiming with my friends. I just had one of my old cellies, Jimmy. He just dropped by. He was in Cerritos. He was in Temecula, then he went to Cerritos, and then he dropped by here to see me. And I haven't seen him in a year plus. And he stopped by, him and his wife, gave me some cash, so I could go buy some clothes. And I haven't seen him in a long time. We became good friends in prison, and he lives up on the reservation, so up north, and he just stopped by, man, and just to see me for 5 minutes, literally 5 minutes, because it's a long drive up north. So seeing, having those experiences with people that I met in prison out here, and them coming by, seeing me and helping me out, like, I'm so chill out here. I'm so relaxed. I'm in prison too. I'm pretty relaxed individual as it is, but man, I'm just appreciative of this opportunity, man, and being here. Like, I can't wait for like my entire life to get started. This is just the beginning.
That's right. I got another question from Dax, and Dax is asking, as a former correctional officer, how do you like COs?
You know, uh, I've never had any problems with correctional officers. One of the things that I learned early on in my life is that they're human beings too. They're actually working to take care of their family and pay their bills. And I respect that. Like, I worked too prior to prison, so I respect what they do. It's a tough job. uh you guys don't get to see it. Those of you guys that's never been to prison, you don't get to see it. But in some of the toughest prisons that you could be in, where the green walls there, you know and what I found out, man, in all the years that I've done, is that if you treat the next man with respect, they'll treat you with respect. And here's the thing right here. We're put in prison because we can't follow laws, right? So your freedom gets taken from you, and you're put in a situation to where you have to follow the rules. And correctional officers are there to make sure that you follow the rules. And they're there to make sure you follow the rules. So when you're released, now it's become a habit, and that you're able to do that on your own. Those that keep coming back to prison and keep reoffending are those who can't follow simple rules and are taking advantage of others. So, like I said, I've gotten along with all of my building officers, yard officers, that I've ever come in contact with, except when I was a kid, immature brat, little punk, back in the day. But once you mature, man, you become a man, you understand that it's about respecting everybody and being respected. And as long as you do that, man, you'll be fine.
That's right, Ricky. Let me see. I got a question from Becky. She's asking, when you see cops on the road, do you still get into that paranoid mode?
No, I don't get paranoid, but Sunday when I was driving, I have a driver's permit and I had an insured driver and a licensed driver with me. My buddy took me driving. I was behind the wheel. He asked me to park, and I'm in downtown LA. I don't know downtown LA.
Yeah.
And he wanted me to park, and we're like on one of the main roads. And he was like, "Hey, pull over right here and park." So I pulled over and parked, and then I had to back. He said, "Hey, back up so I could, be, in line with the next car." And I backed up to the car, and when I shut the car off, I looked over, and there was a police SUV right across the street from me with two officers in it. I said, "Oh shit, there's some cops." And he was like, "What are you tripping on?" He goes, "Don't worry about them. They ain't worried about you." But it was just for me, just in that moment, I was like, man, I hope I didn't break any traffic laws or anything right now, backing up and parking, right? But it took him to tell me, like, hey, don't worry about that. And then after he said that, I was like, dude, why would I even look at them and even think that? Like, I'm licensed, the car's insured, I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm just, doing what everybody else do normally each day.
Right. Yeah, no, I get like that sometimes too. When I'm driving and I see the cops, I'm like, man, like I have my registration, I got my driver license, but it's just something like when the cops are behind you, like, damn, are they gonna pull me over? Am I gonna get a ticket?
Yeah.
Is that's something that I got in back of my mind. Let me see. I got another one from a comment from Jessica. Jessica writes, "True facts. He needs to do a testimony, a book, or a movie. Amazing what what we become accustomed to."
Yeah, I'd love to. I just I'm not a writer or anything like that, but I'm open for anybody who does that stuff. I did keep a lot of my paperwork and stuff like that, just in case an opportunity, arises. But uh maybe that's in the future something, down the road.
All right, cool. Hey, hopefully you do write a book. I'm pretty sure you got a lot of stories and a lot of things that you've seen that would benefit sharing with people, so they don't they don't go down the same route that you went down. Let me see. I got a comment from Chad. Chad writes, "Don't feel bad about not knowing where you are in LA. In LA, I'm from Southern California, and I have a hard time too, bro."
Thanks. Appreciate that, man.
Let me see. And then Chad also writes, "Bro, you can wake up one morning and go to Disneyland if you wanted to, or a baseball game." Yeah, shit. LA, yeah, LA is big, so yeah, you could go all over. LA has a lot of things to offer.
I had a chance to go to that Dallas and Ram preseason game the other day.
Uh-huh.
It was like a 50, $55 to get tickets to go, and like a lot of guys from the house went, but I just didn't have an advance notice of it. Otherwise, I'd have probably went to it. But I'll be at a Dodger game soon. My attorney has promised to take me to a Dodger and Giant game because I'm a Giant fan. So you'll be seeing me in, in one of the Dodger games here soon.
Hey, Don writes, go to the beach. Have you been to the beach yet?
Man, it was at Redondo Beach the other day. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. The pier down there is amazing.
Did you get into the water?
No,
No. Okay.
no desire to get in that cold water.
And for anybody wondering, this is Ricky Black. So if you some of his videos probably popped up on the FYP. We went to the donut shop. We went to In and Out. We went to Walmart, and he was released from Centinela about what did we had like 11 days ago at this point.
11 days.
Yeah. Let me see. And then Dax, as a former CO, how do you get along with COs?
Well, I haven't bet any out here, but I always got along with them fine. Like I said, it's all about respect, man. Respecting their position and what they're doing, and understanding, what my position is and what my responsibilities are. It's for me as a prisoner. I have to follow the rules. When I'm in prison, I got to follow rules and the laws of the prison, and I've done that. And I've never had any difficulties uh, with my relationships with COs, as long as I was following the rules, man. They never really bothered me. I'm not a small rule breaker either. If I broke rules, they were big ones. So,
All right, thank you. And then let me see. We Tabby Tab writes all. Kimmy writes good. And then let me see. And then Jody wrote, bless him. And let me see. Captain Austin writes, this makes me happy. Feisty writes, oh, God bless him. Uh, Kimmy writes, it is you. It is you will do well. Let me see. Mr. I think is it autism? I can't really see, but it says onwards and upwards, brother. Stay on the grind. Let me see. Rosie is asking, was he able to go to school and enroll?
I was in college before I left, but I'm about to do this. I'm about to get back into college and finish my degree and also my certification as an alcohol and drug counselor. Uh, that'll be coming soon. Hopefully, within the next month, I could get signed up. I know that there's a program out here that pays you to go to college, and my boys right now getting that information for me so I could get hooked up with that, get paid to graduate, like you know something that I want to do. So and get paid for it. All right.
That's always a plus. Let me see here. The next one we got is from Don. Jaywalking is legal. Do you think of penal codes walking around?
Listen, I was gonna jaywalk today. I went to the food market over at the center, and one of my buddies that I was walking with, Royce, he said, "No, let's go down the crosswalk and go through the crosswalk." And I said, "All right, I'll go down there with you and walk through the crosswalk." And so that's what we did.
All right, let me see here. The next one's gonna be from Shay. I'm a little behind on, but what were his charges? I know he got 25 years.
Murder.
And let me see. Feisty Road. God bless you, Ricky. I'm off here for the night. Good seeing you.
You have a good night. Be blessed.
Kim is asking, can I ask how long you will be on parole for?
Uh, Most lifers right now are on parole for 2 years and then they're getting off. So at least two, from what I'm told.
2 years. All right. That's not too crazy because I know before it was like 5 years right before you get off parole.
Yeah,
Let me see. And then Don wrote, have Siri help you. Have Siri help you with and use notes.
yeah, for sure. I was just doing a tech class today, and they were showing us how to put all of our schedule in the calendar on Google. You know, go there and like I got an appointment, and they'll alert you and all that stuff. So
Carson's asking, hey Ricky, how does it feel being free?
it's beautiful. Uh, I like every moment of it. Honestly, I get up. I still get up at 4, and I'm working out in the gym at 5:30. Shower, and then I'm cooking breakfast, cooking my own breakfast after that, and getting ready for my day, man. Planning on things that I need to do. And the most important thing for me to do right now is to get legal, get my driver's license. And that's really what my singular focus is right now. Is I was just showing my parole officer my my written permit that I got when I went to the DMV. I passed it the first time. I didn't know it was so easy, but my written permit, all right? So I could go drive a car with a licensed driver. So it's pretty cool, man.
Did you practice for the test or you just tried
No,
it on the strength?
no, I mean I read the manual, right? I read the manual and stuff, but so I was like prepared, and the questions were pretty. Like you could probably pass it without even reading the manual, the driver's manual, because it's pretty common sense.
When do you think you that you'll take the actual driving test?
I don't know. I got to make sure that I have the right car. Uh, a car that I've been practicing in, and I'm hoping that I get to drive my buddy's car. He's got a Honda Civic. He's got a 2025 Honda Civic, but his windows are tinted really dark. So I don't know if I could use his car to take the test in. But I plan on going to Montebello. I heard Montebello is probably the best place to take it.
I think they do pay attention to that. They pay attention to, like, if your car has tinted windows and things of that nature.
Yeah, yeah. We were thinking maybe I could just roll the windows down.
Yeah, yeah. Unless you get one of those driving testers that doesn't actually like roll up your windows and all that stuff.
Ah, yeah. Please roll your window up.
Let me see. We got a question from Grace. Does he feel initialized?
Initialized? Like, what do you mean?
I'm not. Yeah. Do you want to clarify on that one, Grace? Let me see. Let me see. Turbo is asking, were you with any high profile people that took lives?
Hey, Charles Manson was my neighbor once
Where was that at?
in Corcoran Shoe, in the security housing unit at Corcoran Shoe, and in 2012.
Oh, it was institutionalized. Do you feel institutionalized?
I don't feel institutionalized.
All right, let me see. Mr. is asking from Australia here, brother. How much do you pay? How much do they pay you on jail for jobs?
Well, they pay you more now, uh, but 8 to 11 cents typically. But they changed that now, and guys are getting paid a lot more. Like some guys are, and it all depends on what job you have too. If you're in a PIA job, you're getting, 100 plus bucks. If you're an IDL worker, which is an inmate day laborer, you're doing some stuff. You're getting paid 100 plus bucks. So it all depends. But if you're just a regular guy that's sweeping them up in the tier, you're not getting paid very much.
All right, let me see here. A lot of people, you piqued a lot of people's interest with Charles Manson. Let me see. We have one person asking, what was Charles Manson like?
He had multiple personalities. He had multiple personalities, man. And initially, I lived down the tier from him, and I would hear this guy screaming early in the morning. And I'm an early bird. I get up early, and I'm listening to this maniac scream and yell. But what he was yelling was, he would say, air, trees, water, and then animals. He was yelled that out his door early in the morning, and that was like his calling. That was his I think it was called Atwall. One of his you could go online and look up Atwall. It was something that he created, and he was one of those hippies that believed in nature and all things nature, and not to kill. Like he would feed the insects and the bugs on the tier. He would throw candy out there so the ants would come and all the bugs would eat them. And I didn't know that was him down there making all that ruckus. And I was like, man, I initially wanted to get moved next door to him in hopes of our doors opening, so I could take his life. I was like, oh yeah, this would be a good one right here. Take this man's life, for all the things that he had done. And then I got their cell actually opened up next door to him, and I got moved down there. I got moved right next door to him, and I had a chance to talk with him. and hear his story. And some of the things that he said resonated with me. And you can never change society's view of a man like that. Because all the things that have been written about and said about, and the movies that have been told about him. But and I won't try to get into that or change anyone's mind today. But he was an old man. He was in his 70s, and he came up. He When he stood at my window, he came up to about right here to me. He was just maybe 4'9", maybe 5 foot tall. I know he was like 5'3" when he came to prison, but as an old man, he had shrunken up, shriveled, and he came to maybe the bottom of my chest. Just this tiny, frail man who was paranoid that somebody was going to kill him because he was so old. And you take the Charles Manson name out of it, and you just think of this elderly man who was afraid to be killed because he thought that's what was going to happen. You start to have empathy for him.
Thank you for sharing that with us, Ricky. Let me see, Don. So I'm looking at everybody's comments. I'm just going down in the order they're received. So I'm trying to get through to everybody's comments. I know I'm a little bit behind, but I'm trying to go as fast as I can here. Let me see. Let me see. Don wrote, fast food covers a lot of schooling. And let me see. Dax is asking, what's your advice for a new CEO?
My advice for a new CO is do your job. Respect the next man as you want to be respected. Treat others like you want to be treated, but do your job. Hold inmates accountable. If they're doing something they're not supposed to do, hold them accountable, because it's the officer who's holding the inmate accountable so he can then become accountable and responsible for his own actions. And if that's not enforced, and which is one of the things that pisses me off, is a lot of officers start working, and after 5 or 10 years, they get fat and lazy and they sit around because prison life is boring. Nothing happens in prison until it does. So the yard will be nice for a year, and then all of a sudden a murder will happen. Like, people in prison ain't just walking around stabbing people. People just ain't being killed every day on the yard like, the news and YouTube and all these things make it out. Prison ain't this violent world that everybody makes it out to be. Life actually functions normally in prison. Everybody stays in their lane. It's only when someone messes up that they're killed or stabbed or a riot occurs over something. But most days in prison, it's so mellow and boring that everyone just sits on their butt and gets complacent. And it really pisses me off that a lot of CEOs would just sit back and take the easy money because they don't want to be attacked either. So they're just kicking back. But and I get that, and I understand that part of it. It's easy money, and you don't want to create no ruckus. But hold inmates accountable, man. If they're supposed to be doing something, make sure they're doing it. Like, hey, any rules? Like, hey, man, I already told you. Talk to them first and give them a warning and say, hey, I don't want you doing that on my watch. I don't know what you're doing over there, but don't be doing that. uh, because that's their responsibility as their job, man, is to make sure people are following the rules. I'm not saying be a dick about it, but pull a guy up and say, hey, man, I don't want you passing things, on the way to chow or coming back from chow. When it's time to go home, and I expect you to follow the rules.
Hey, Ricky, and then our viewers here are reminding me that certain words will get us hit on TikTok, like saying the M word, the one that you just.
Okay, got you.
So like if
Got you.
somebody loses their life, like we could say like unalive or sent to the upper room or took a dirt nap
Oh,
or something like
okay,
that.
I got you. Yeah, the birthday got taken.
Yeah.
I got you.
All right. And let me see. We got a question from Kimberly. She's asking, did the person have to? I mean, the person. Did the prison have to notify the family you were getting released?
Yeah, they did. It's the law.
And they have to notify them, right, 5 days before you actually they actually release you, right?
Yes. There's a whole, as soon as I'm granted parole, which you already know, but maybe a lot of viewers don't. Once I'm granted parole, CDC has 30 days to notify the district attorney of my county that I've been granted parole by the parole panel. And then that's when they're able to make my grant uh, available to the public to review, just in case they have any concerns. And then prior to my release, like the last 10 days, there's those notifications that go out to the immediate victims and their family that, hey, I'm going to be released.
Thank you for that, Ricky. And we got a comment from Chad. Chad writes, Ricky is very humble. I can tell compared to some others we have talked to, no hate.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I think it's important to be humble in life. It's something that I've worked on. Uh, I don't have any attitudes. I'm really at peace with myself, at peace with the world. Uh, like I said, man, I have a ton of gratitude for the taxpayers in California for passing Prop 57. If any of you guys voted on that, you're the reason I'm sitting here, and I promise you that I will not let you down on this bill. Uh, I'm going to be successful in life. Uh, and there's no doubt in my mind, man. And I thank all of you who voted for Prop 57.
Hey, Ricky, this one I gotta jump the line for this question for this comment right here. Manolo writes, "Ask Ricky to give to give you some of his hair."
Oh, my hair.
Let me see right here.
Sometimes, man, it gets too much. I gotta say.
Let me see right here. Gail wrote, hey, my friend," and she's a regular. She's always coming into the chat and whatnot. So I appreciate you, Gail. Let me see. Don is asking, what food? Let me see. What food you had to eat when you got out to say I'm out?
Well, we were just cruising down the road, me and James, and he seen a donut shop, and it was just a spontaneous thing. That was the first place we stopped and had a horchata and had a donut. Remember?
Yeah. We were just
No, we had
driving.
that. We had the whole. Did we have the horchata? We did. We had the horchata right there with the donut, huh? Yeah.
Yeah. So we were driving. We are heading to the. I think this is before we got to the DMV or after we after. I don't recall what happened first, but I know we
Yeah.
were driving. I was like, "Hey, Ricky, when was the last time you ate a donut? Do you want to eat one?" And Ricky was like, "Yeah." I would have been like, "Hell yes, pull over." Ricky's like all cool and like collective. He's like, "All right." So I'm like, "Cool." So I pull over. I was like, boom. I jump off the car and I'm recording. And then we walk into that place. I'm like, "Hey, Ricky, we're like, what do you want? What donut do you want?" And I was like, hey, "Have you ever had horchata? Have you ever had like all these other drinks?" He was like, I'll take horchata." And I'm like, "All right then, my man." And we sit down, and
Yeah.
then you guys see his reaction. When he tasted that horchata.
Yeah. It was delicious. I had a Slurpee today. I
Oh,
had a
did you?
Slurpee. It was good. Yeah, I had a Slurpee. Yeah, for lunch.
Nice,
A
nice.
Slurpee and some Dorito chili lime Takis. I was
Okay.
like, all right, that's just expensive.
Everything's expensive. Yeah, no,
Man,
I'm telling you. I'm telling you, it's really expensive. You got
yeah,
you gotta use coupons. You gotta get stuff on sale. It's the only way.
I know.
And then Grace, yeah. So she confirmed on the question. She's asking, did he feel institutionalized? Maybe she missed when you answered that.
No, I mean, I don't feel it, but maybe, other people could see things in me that I don't see in the way that I talk or the way that I act, my mannerisms, the way that I carry myself. I definitely trying to dress appropriate today. Uh, dress different than I ever have. So, just so I'm not looking like some thug. Like as you guys already know, like I got ink all over my entire body, not on my face or my neck, but I'm inked up. So, but also, I'm trying to dress, appropriate, man, to where I'm not looking like some hoodlum running around.
And somebody just asked if this is a prison visit. No, luckily, as of 8 days ago, or a little bit more, Ricky's been
11.
out. 11 days, Ricky's been out. So no more video visits for Ricky anymore.
Is
This
it
is
the
a
white shirt? Is it the white shirt?
Let me see here. Let me see. Kimberly's asking, or Lexi's asking, how long was he in prison for?
25 plus, almost 26.
And Kimberly's asking, were you friends with the person that lost their life?
No, no, he was young. He was younger than me, and we weren't friends. We didn't hang out or nothing like that. I only met him twice, 3 times actually.
So you guys ran it. You guys ran it with the same circle, kind of.
Yeah, he was 23 and I was 29. He was 6 years younger than me, and he hung out. He lived in a different part of Bakersfield, and so our circles were different. He actually moved into my neighborhood and started hanging out, dating one of my little homegirls, and that's how I met him.
Okay. Let me see. Manolo Road. That dude is cool. I remember him from the last live. So yeah, we went live on Sunday. We had a little bit of time. It was a short little live with Ricky. We got a question from
Thank you.
Linda. Linda's asking, is there any new laws for 25 to life for early release?
Yeah, Prop 57. Prop 57.
With
That's the newest law.
Prop 57, if you were sentenced to 25 years to life, what's the earliest you could go in front of the parole board?
So the Prop 57 is non-violent offenders, and what happens is you have a non-violent offender parole date, and that parole date is based on the minimum time you would have received in prison for your crime. So a lot of crimes have a low, medium, and high uh, scale, and a lot of people usually get midterms. So let's say you rob somebody, and it carries 2 low, 4 for the minimum, and then 6 for the high. Well, your minimum eligibility would be the 4-year mark. So once you complete 4 years, you're eligible to go to board and be considered for early release. See what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
that applies to every sentence based on the law, based on the crime that you committed.
Thank you, Ricky. And let me see. So we got some comments right here that I'm going to read off from Carson. Carson writes, keep your head up, Ricky.
Thank you, my man.
Also, Lexi RN wrote, keep your head up, Ricky. And let me see. Mullet Man is asking a question. What are some overwhelming challenges he has had to face since being out?
There is no overwhelming challenges. Like, I haven't been overwhelmed by anything. Uh, Not even mildly frustrated. I haven't. Uh, it's different when you've done as much time as me. I love the challenges. I love that I don't know things, but I'm learning. So every day is an adventure. Everything I learn is something new, right? And that is like beautiful to me. I like to learn things. I'm not afraid to ask. I'm not afraid of getting help from others. I love people. A lot of my friends tell me like, man, you don't have to tell everybody hi that you walk by.
Yeah.
I'm like, I always do. They're human beings. I'm gonna say hi. How are you? How was your day? Like, I seen this one guy came out. We were looking for apartments yesterday for my partner, and this guy comes out of his house and he's dressed all slick, suit and tie. And I told him, I go, man, you look really sharp today, my man, because he did. He looked really sharp, right? And he was, hey, all right, thank you. And it's just me, man. The dude was dressed, going to work, looking real sharp in a suit. And everyone should like to be told that they're looking sharp, right?
Hey, Ricky, can you, your camera went out, Ricky. We have an exclamation mark. I'm not sure if you turned off your camera by accident, but we can't see you. I'm not sure if you can
I
see it.
didn't. I didn't touch it.
Nah. Yeah,
No,
it went out. I'm not sure what's. Okay, there you go.
it
We're
went
back.
out.
We're back. We're back.
All
We're
right.
back.
I'm just gonna have to put my reading glasses on to see what happened. All right.
Hey, so I'm gonna read some of the comments over here from, you know what? Sorry, from YouTube. There was some comments, and I missed them. We have another YouTube channel that goes by Prison POV, and he writes, "Hey, this is Splinter from Prison POV. I'm from Bakersfield. I know exactly who Ricky is. We all looked up to him. Still do. Let me see. I still do. I'd love to talk with Ricky. Does he have an email?
I do.
All right, there it is.
Who is it? What's your like? Who's his real name?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure what is. You know what? When we originally started talking, Ricky, what was it? 2023. Somebody had jumped
Yeah,
into the chat and that had asked if you knew him, and then whatever
I
name.
remember.
If yeah, but I don't remember what I don't know what his real name is. So if he puts it on there, then I'll read it off. Let me see here. We have a comment from Southside BK99. He's from Brooklyn, New York, and he writes, "Hey James, who we got on tonight? We got Mr. Ricky, my man Ricky Black, on here today." And then
What's up?
we got a question from Southside BK99, and he writes, "You think commissary was expensive? Welcome to the real world, big dog."
Agreed. Agreed.
Let me see. So Prison POV, he dropped a comment. He said, "My name is Chris. I think he put Chris Burton. I'm younger than you, but I know you as your old moniker."
Chris Burden. Yeah, I don't recognize the name. I don't know if we done time together or not.
What I'll do is I'll send you a link to his YouTube page so you could check it out
Will do. Yes.
for sure. We got a comment from Kimberly619. She writes, "Hey, let me see, and then let me get back to the TT or the TikTok chat here." Jody Frost writes, "Ricky is a handsome lad." I'm assuming she's coming from the UK. She's using the word lad.
Lad. All right. All right. Well,
Oh
send me a
man.
picture so I can see you. I want to see you.
There it is. Hey, if you guys wanna communicate any messages or whatnot for Ricky, you guys could always send me some messages, and I'll provide. I'll relay those messages over to Ricky. I still haven't been able to convince Ricky to get a TikTok, but a lot of people have been asking, "Hey, when is Ricky gonna open up his TikTok? I want to listen to what he has to say."
Listen, I could answer all the questions in the world. Like I could sit here all day and answer questions. I don't know what the topic would be or how to do anything like that on my phone. So I don't know. Maybe you have to show me and we can see.
I'm gonna have to set you up, Ricky. We're gonna get you your first 1,000 followers right here.
Uh,
Hey,
I
once
don't know if I'm that important to have that many good things to say, but
you'll be surprised, Ricky. You'll be surprised. People, as long as you're putting out something interesting, as long as you got a niche, then people will listen to what you have to say.
yeah,
Just like right now,
that's
right now we got about 100 people, 120 people watching on one account. We got 8 on another. We got 8 on YT. So we got about 150 people watching right now, throughout
that's
three
cool.
platforms.
That's
Yeah.
cool. I appreciate all of you guys tuning in and listening, man. Any question that you guys have, I'll answer any single one of them. Like none of them are too big or none of them are too small. Like I'm an open book, so whatever questions you have, don't be shy.
Let me see. Southside BK writes, Ricky gonna blow up on TikTok. Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Let me see. Kaylee G is asking, tell Ricky to check his battery because that's how my phone goes when the battery goes. Oh, is your are you charging your battery, Ricky?
Am I charging my?
Your phone or your phone?
Should I?
You should,
Should
yeah.
I?
I mean, I'm not sure what the percentage on your battery on your phone is.
I don't know what it is on my phone. How do I know?
Well, if you have your charger and you could plug it in and it's nearby, then it won't mess. mess anything up over there for you, then yeah, I would
Can you see
definitely.
me like that? Is
w-
that cool?
we could see you like that. Yeah, I'll just adjust the screen right here.
There we go.
All right, I got you. Let me just adjust the screen here
I
on
just had to move over a little bit.
that'll work. We just don't want your phone going out
Yeah.
in the middle of this here. Let me
It was
see.
probably low. I don't know. I had it plugged in earlier though, so I don't think so.
Yeah, these phones, the battery goes out relatively quickly with these big screens and whatnot. All right, so I adjusted you right there. Okay, so let me see. Prison POV writes, "We have not done time together. I just know of you. You're a legend. I know. I know. Is it Stretch? I think it's a Stretch. Glad you made
Yeah,
it.
my brother.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
my brother.
glad you made it. Glad you made it home, homeboy. Love and
Thank you.
respect to you. Full blast. Please hit me up. Let me see. I would love to talk to you.
Yeah, shoot your info.
All right, there you go. Let me see. I got some other comments over here on TT on TikTok. I remember. Oh, and this is Gary's cousin, Marlene. Uh,
Oh,
sh-
hi, Marlene.
she wrote, "I remember I collected signatures for the Second Chance Initiative bill." And then let me see. We got Jessica. She writes, Ricky is right where he should be. Bloom where you bloom. Bloom where he is planted.
Yes, I agree. I'm right. I'm right where God put me. I have complete faith that I'm right where I'm supposed to be today.
Man, it feels like it's just yesterday when we started talking. It's been a little bit under 2 years when we originally interviewed you, and I know a lot of people. This is the first time you guys, hear Ricky or see Ricky, but we interviewed him. If you guys want to check out the interview, you guys should take a little stroll down to our YT page at Collect Call From, and we have his earliest memory as a child to where he was at during that time in his prison sentence, which was a little bit over 2 years ago.
James, when you said that right now, I got butterflies in my stomach because just the journey of you starting your YouTube podcast, right? And getting on there and sharing my story. And I was real reserved in sharing that with you. And I was real reserved because of the fear that the commissioners would go on there and then hear me talking and come away with that thinking that I wasn't a changed man. So there was a lot of reservation in me telling my story. I was being very careful in articulating it. So it's not as fluid or as maybe I would tell it today, right? Because there's no fear of me going back to prison now of actually, telling a full story and putting a lot of color to it. Being incarcerated, there's a lot of fear in that. But to look at our journey, and then I'm setting now at transitional housing with you right now on your podcast talking to you as a free man. I mean, and this was a dream. Like I knew it was going to happen a couple of years ago, and to be living it right now, I'm blessed. I absolutely feel blessed.
Man, you know what? Man, when you jumped on Ricky, I think we had like maybe like less than 50 people. You were like one of the first. I think maybe like the
Yeah,
first three that jumped on. Um,
yeah,
and and everybody that I interviewed, I've never really pried and try to glamorize prison.
yeah,
The whole reason that I did this was because I wanted to show people the other side because
yeah,
I felt and I feel like when people decide to walk away from that life, a lot of negative things are said about people that walk away, and
right.
and for me personally, if you want to change your life, there's no what's wrong with that. I mean, a lot of people join these gangs and whatnot when they're really young and they don't know what they're signing up for, or maybe they do at that time, but they really don't understand what really comes with it. And if you're 25, 30, 45, 50, or 60 years old, and you wake up one day and you're like, man, I don't want to be part of this anymore. Like, what's wrong with that? Like, if you want to change
Yeah.
your life, ain't nothing wrong with that. Like, I know me personally, I wouldn't want to be stuck in a jail cell for the rest of my life with another dude. I want to be out. And if I had the opportunity, like, screw what anybody else says. I'm more concerned about what I want.
It's interesting, man. I don't have anything negative to say about people that still live in that life. I understand that the journey that they're on. I know what their truth is because I lived it. But I also know where they're at in their own life, right? When you grow up in that lifestyle, like it consumes you and you can't see anything outside of that. You think that you're living life normal. But, you know, it takes a it takes a paradigm shift, a change in perspective. You got to look at life through a different lens to see that, hey, that you're really hurting your family and you're hurting yourself and you're hurting your true potential in life and what you can be. And, you know, when you're living that life, you truly can't be there for your family because, the lifestyle comes before the family, you know. And I know to say that a lot of people might say, well, that is my family. And for a lot of people, that is true. That is the only family that they've ever had. So to be disloyal to that, I understand. I know what that means to them because when you feel unloved as a kid, the first people who start to love you, they mean the world to you. That is your family. You will never betray them in any way, and I get it. I absolutely get it. But once you have your own kids and you mature and you get into your late 40s, your early 50s, you start seeing life through a different lens. And you start seeing how much pain and harm that you've done to your own family. And, I hope that, I come into that view, looking at life through that lens later in life than I should have, you know. Uh, and my daughters are already, my youngest is 25 and my oldest is 35. I came into that view later than I should have because I put them through a lot of stuff in their life, and they've been harmed by my decisions, and you know I'm so remorseful for the things that I put them through, and also the young man's life that I took and what I put his family through. But I understand what the lifestyle is, and I understand the loyalty to it. Uh, but there's a better way at life. There's a better way of being with your family. There's a better way of living. There's a better way of treating others. And the only thing that really works in life is kindness and love. That is it. Hate, anger, and violence does nothing but destroy life.
Let me ask you. I got a question from Chad. Chad is asking James. Ask him if he remembers Dale Delino Joyner. They were together years ago. That's my uncle.
I may have. I know a couple of Dells, so I'd have to know like what prison we were at or if we were in the county jail, and then I'd have a better memory of it.
We got a question from Emily Lynn. What's his plans moving forward?
Happiness, happiness. I want to, I'm at peace now, and I want to continue to be happy. And for the rest of my life, I don't care what it is. I just want to be happy and at peace with myself. And I don't want to take from society like I did when I was younger. I actually want to give back and contribute in a positive way. And that's what I'm going to do. And whatever God puts in front of me, whatever opportunities that He puts in front of me, I'm going to embrace it. And I'm going to be happy doing it.
Let me see here. We got a question from. Let me see. Kaylee G is asking, did Ricky have kids before he went in?
I did. My my oldest daughter was actually in a foster home, and I was in the process of getting custody of her when I committed this crime. So she stayed in foster home for like 7 or 8 years. And at 15, my wife got custody of her. And then my youngest daughter, Chelsea, she wasn't even born yet when I committed this crime. And she was born while I was in the county jail. So I didn't actually get to touch her until she was 8 because I was a validated gang member. I was in Corcoran Shoe. So I didn't get to touch her until she was 8. And so the last time that I actually got to hug her and see her was in Kern Valley State Prison in 2013, and she was 13 years old. Currently, I'm waiting on her to come out here from North Dakota to visit, and that should be sometime this month.
Man, I'm over here telling you, Ricky, to make sure your phone is charged up. Man, my phone's about to die. Let me plug it in really quick.
Yeah, I'm all plugged in. All right. I take advice and help. See, one of your viewers said for me to plug my phone in.
All right, cool. I'm good right now. I'm good. Let me see here. Man, I'm like super behind on these comments right here. Let me see here. Well, I saw another one from YouTube from Prison POV, and he's asking, "Is it true you hit a doctor in the shoe?" That was a story that went around the pin and Bakersfield. You said we can talk, we can ask you anything. So that's what I that's what I would like to know.
I did. 2002 on Valentine's Day.
Let me see right here. Alex is asking, can Ricky tell us about his life that led up to the choices that ended him up doing 25 years?
Yeah, let me see if I can't put this, in a very concise way. You know, I was taken away from my family when I was 10 years old, and I was placed in a boys' home in Lancaster, California. And from that moment forward, I had this fear of law enforcement and authority figures. And I became rebellious in my behavior, the way that I thought, my beliefs. I really didn't think that authority figures was trying to help me out in any way. Certainly not my father, who was a very authoritarian parent. Uh, I started running away from home at a young age, hanging out with other troubled kids like myself. And I ran away from home as many times. I can't even count. And you could imagine running away from home, living in laundromats, cars, garages, apartments, vacant apartments, stealing out of store to feed myself, to clothe myself. And this is at 12, 13 years old, you know, and when you're making those decisions at that age, it's one bad decision after another. And then ultimately, using drugs, committing more crime. And as you get older, you get braver and you start committing harder crimes and you start using harder drugs. And pretty soon you're just absolutely out of control. And I was absolutely out of control, man. I was insane. I was a maniac. I did a lot of harmful things to a lot of people. Uh, Took advantage of a lot of people while they were asleep, stealing cars, breaking into their homes. And ultimately, I wound up going to the youth authorities, joining a gang. Uh, like I said, making poor choices after poor choices. And ultimately, when you become a gang member, you start building your reputation up, and you start, you know, picking up, building your reputation. And as a gang member, it's all about respect and it's all about your reputation as a gang member. Everything that you're doing, every decision that you make, it's for the gang, it's for your reputation. And it's one of the things that people say a lot of times about, as a gang member, you got to respect me, and so your reputation is what you're building, your gang reputation. And the more violent you become, the more respect you get because people start to fear you. And then you start getting more responsibilities. And the next thing you know, you're a leader of the gang. You're taking over because, you've done so many things and you've reached that point in the gang that you're now becoming a leader, and you're starting to become, someone that people listen to and look up to. And ultimately, that's what happened to me. I started going up to the pecking order, up, 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 up. And as I got older and got more entrenched in that criminal and gang belief, I started committing more crimes and harder crimes, and ultimately killing a young man and taking his life. And that led me to prison. I could tell you now it wasn't worth it. It wasn't worth. I would have much rather have been a father taking care of my kids and being out here working and doing the right thing. But instead, my dream was you'd be the best gang member I could in the gang that I was involved in. And I'm not gonna, give them any acknowledgement today and say which one it was. For those of you who know me, you already know what that is. And I could tell you, man, hate and violence, man, it's no way to live your life.
Man, thank you, Ricky. That's deep right there. Let me see. Prison POV wrote, "I love you, Ricky. HMU, brother. Brother, do you need anything? I'd love to help you, bro. I got a split. Much love to Ricky and the host. I'll shout you out on my channel. Thank you. I highly appreciate that."
Enjoy your evening. Be safe.
We got a question from Carson, and he's asking, James, ask him any advice of staying out of trouble.
There is, and there's only one way, and that's being responsible and holding yourself accountable. And the only way that can happen is if you change your belief system. And your beliefs are really the drivers behind every decision that you make, right? If you believe it's okay to steal something, you're going to steal it if you can, right? If you believe that you're supposed to turn this wallet in that you find at the store, turn it into the clerk so it can be returned to its owner, then you're going to do the right thing and do that. So it's all about what you believe. If you believe it's okay to do bad things when no one's looking, then that's what you're going to do. But if you believe that you're supposed to do the right thing when nobody's looking, which is integrity, by the way, then that's what you're going to do. You're going to live life with integrity, and you're going to do the right thing when no one's looking. And if you do that, you'll never go back to prison.
Thank you. Thank you, Ricky. So some of these other comments I'm gonna read, they're like I said, I'm a little bit behind. So let me see. Mr. Autism wrote, "You can never learn too much." Kimberly Cruz is asking, is he afraid that is he afraid that the family is going to try to retaliate?
No, no.
Jessica is asking, he has a lot to be proud of. He is handling himself so well. Great dignity and respect.
Thank you. Appreciate your guys' comments. I really do.
Sopero is asking, or the comment that he wrote. He wrote, man's been sitting since 2000 before I even graduated high school, and I'm 43 now."
Yeah. Listen, I'm 54, right? I'm old. I'm getting old. I'm already old.
Hey, but you're in the best shape of your life.
Yes. Yeah, I've worked really hard.
Let me see. King Nero writes, power of positivity is strong, my G. Keep on that frequency, no matter the struggles or trials.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm not going to let anything get me down. I'm not going to let anything take my peace and happiness from me. I've worked too hard to get to where I'm at today, and I'm not going to let that go.
We got a question from Manolo, and that was for me. And he's asking, James, do you have two accounts? Yeah, I do. I have a U.S. account and I have a British account. So you asked that question on the British account. Let me see here. Marlene wrote a comment. Congratulations on your freedom, Ricky. Hashtag Team Gary.
Thank you, Marlena. Gary's coming home soon.
Yeah,
Tell him I said hi, please.
Gary's next, man. I'm gonna have to hit him up
Yes.
to make and ask him if he's still interested in me going to pick him up.
And let
And
me tell you, for all of you guys that don't know Gary, which he'll be on your podcast when he gets out, you guys will see he has the same attitude that I have. He's very happy, he's very humble, he's very peaceful, very intelligent, and the man changed his life, and he's going to be successful when he gets out. I promise you.
man, I can't wait till Gary comes out, man. I'm
Yeah,
pack up my bags and go meet up with him just like I did with you.
very positive individual, man. Someone that I would talk to all the time on things that lifers talk about, because there's so many things that go into this board process that we're all always sharing information, and we know what our fears are, and what what our concerns are. So we're always always getting at each other, and communicating and helping each other out along the way. And Gary was always somebody that I went and talked to, and we were in auto mechanics together also. So I got to spend all day with him when I went to work.
Hey, Ricky, was he there? Because I know you when we were driving, you had mentioned that you had found some coins. Was he there when you found those coins?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna have to ask him about that when he walks out the gate. I'm like, hey, remember when Ricky found them coins when you guys were working on that car?
I'm a Scorpio. I was born on Halloween, and one of the things, my personality is I'm this little detective. I like hunting things and searching for answers and details and stuff. And I knew there was going to be little treasures in that car when I was tearing it apart. And I found all kinds of, I found $1.68 or $1.86, something like that, Nevada coins and stuff. It was pretty cool. Found a cigarette. I found a morphine pill, which I couldn't tell you then, but I found a morphine pill. I found a cigarette. Uh, I found all kinds of little things, right? There was a bunch of like little socks in there, these little Nike socks, and like, man, it was a trip. I mean, we gutted that entire car. It was a Honda Civic 2013, and I had a blast doing it.
Man, that's cool, Ricky. Man, that's cool. What did you do with all that stuff that you found in there? Did you turn it over to
And
the free
get
staff?
Yeah, to the boss. It was his car,
Oh, okay.
Mr. Martinez. Yeah,
Nice, nice. Let me see. Jessica wrote, he knows what it is to be down and out, and he's just real. He's just really real.
yeah,
Mom,
yeah, for sure.
Mama Bear is asking, how much has the world changed from when you got locked up till now?
It's gotten more beautiful.
You think?
Yeah, yeah,
That's right. Hey, yeah, I like the lens that you're looking at the world now.
yeah. I mean, like I'm in Wilmington, and Wilmington's a nice area, I think. I mean, coming from prison to this, I mean, this looks like Beverly Hills to me. All right.
Let me see. We got a comment from Jody. Jody's asking, I'm from Australia.
Jody, it's beautiful out there. Come to Redondo Beach. Let's go hang out.
And then the next comments I'm gonna read. It's in regards to how I mentioned opening up a TikTok account.
Yeah.
Jessica wrote, I like to. Let me see. Kim wrote, that would be awesome. Brittany wrote. Let me see. She wrote, how have your crimes affected your outlook on of real life?
Well, I lived it. I mean, it's something that I lived, right? And when you live something for so long, it affects you in little ways along your journey. So to put all of that into one answer and how it's affected me, it's hard to encapsulate all of that, you know, in a real concise way. But it's something when you're committing crimes and taking advantage of people. When you're doing it, it was a normal thing to me. It was normal. I had no problems with it. And so when I done those things, it didn't bother me. Now that I've matured and I've gotten out of that, and I've changed my belief system, I look back at it. It's, it's shameful. I'm embarrassed. It's humiliating. I had to talk about these things at board, about the things that I'd done, because they asked me a lot of questions about my criminal history, and it's absolutely embarrassing. It's shameful, to know that I'd done things that hurt other people, and it's something that I never want to do again. It's something that I'll never do again, especially now that my beliefs have changed. See, I got all these people calling me, and it's Sentinel State Prison. All right, it's probably Felipe. Yeah, like I've got 4 calls, and here's another one, right? And I haven't answered. They're like, "Oh, this guy,"
He
you
went
know?
Hollywood on us.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh man, Ricky, man, I do appreciate you sitting in with us here.
yeah.
Let me see here.
Well, this is what it's about, man. I absolutely want your viewers to see the journey. I want to see the changes, as we go. Like I told you, we want to document it. Uh, I want people to see, man, that lifers getting out of prison isn't a scary thing. That, we've really changed our lives, and for no one to be afraid because of that. We're not going to come back out here and reoffend and kill or harm people or do any things like that. We've changed our lives, man, and we've been found suitable by some of the smartest people in the world, who found us suitable for parole because we've changed our lives. And we're going to make a difference with the people that's in our lives out here, and we're going to have an impact with those around us in a positive way.
Marlene wrote, laughing out loud, Felipe, don't stop, I swear.
Yeah.
And then we have Jesse Munez 78, he was in camp with you back in the 80s. Much love and respect, Ricky.
Yes. Right back at you, Jesse.
Let me see here. Let me see. Did my thing did I go all the way to the bottom? Let me double check. Roddy wants to know, where is Ricky staying?
I'm in a transitional housing in LA.
Marlene wrote, yup, it's crazy to see him out after hearing him on YouTube.
Right, Marlene? Like, it's something, I'm living it, so it's my experience. And I didn't expect anything less for myself. I knew one day that I'd be sitting here, but it's something that you can't imagine while you're incarcerated. Like, you're thinking about it, you're wishing that you're on the other side of the fence and that you can't wait till you get there. But the reality of it never sets in until you're sitting in this chair right now. And I know, Marlene, we've talked to Gary about you while I was in Centinela. So to be here on the other side of the fence, and then you on the other line here, it's beautiful.
Let me see. I'm not sure what the name is here, but they're asking, do people go after the creeps in jail?
They do. That's a thing. Uh, and there's a reason for that. You know, one of the things that isn't told. Why are creeps a target in prison? And the reason that is because a lot of guys in prison were molested themselves as kids. So when they get an opportunity to harm one of them, they do. And it's because they were molested as a kid themselves. And so here's an opportunity for them to get some revenge. And it took me a long time to really understand that, right? Why people do this, and because why ain't people attacking murderers? They've taken a life. And it took me a while to understand, man, that these people are targeted uh, because you know the men in there were molested themselves as kids. A lot of them. So
I got another question for you from I think it's Kyle, and he's asking if you could. Oh damn! Hold on, it went away. did it go? Oh, okay. No, no, that's not it. Damn, I lost it. Well, I'll ask Alex's question here. Oh no, I already asked. I already asked that question. Jesse wrote, "I knew Ricky when he had no ink."
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, I'm covered in it.
I found Kyle's question. If you could go back to your younger self, what would you tell yourself from what you learned?
Stay in school. It's the most important thing in your life at that time is to graduate high school. Allow yourself the opportunity to mature and educate yourself so you can make wise decisions and smart decisions for yourself.
I got another question from, let me see, from King Nero. Did you experience any cognitive dissonance during the last few days or weeks of your sentence?
Cognitive dissonance, like thinking, because cognitive is thinking, right? Uh,
That one I had to look it up
I'm
in the
not.
dictionary. So,
Yeah, it's cognitive is thinking, right?
yeah.
Uh, Dissonance. No, I I don't think so.
All right. That'll work. Let me see. Nate is asking, did he learn from, did he learn did he learn his mistakes?
I did, and my mistakes were my beliefs. I believed that committing crimes and being a gang member and using violence to get what I wanted was okay. I thought committing violence on others was going to build my reputation and I was going to get respect in the world. But what it got me was a life sentence in prison. And I abandoned my children and my family. So I want you to compare those two. I chose prison and gangs and violence over my daughters and freedom and women. Just think about that. And if there's anyone out there that's in a gang or still thinking that that lifestyle's okay, which one would you much rather have? Family, freedom, and your wife, or prison, a life sentence, and another man as your bunkmate? Like, it's real, the choice is real easy. It's real easy. I wanted prison, the reputation, a man as my bunkmate, and a life sentence over my family. That is absolutely insane. It's insane. That's insanity. I mean, who would want that over their family, their freedom, and their children and their wife? Who would want that? Like, there's something's got to be wrong with you to think that you would choose this over your freedom and your family and your kids, man. Like, I was absolutely insane.
Hey, Ricky, after how long were you in your how long had you been in prison by the time you connected the dots and you made the connections?
2004, I started thinking about it. I was like, man, what the hell did I do, man? What the hell did I do? What the hell did I do, man? And I started waking up thinking, how can I change my position? How can I change my lot in life? How can I undo what I've done? And because I didn't know, because I've never had any other life, this is the only thing I ever knew, I couldn't see the other side. I couldn't change the lens and say, oh, this is what I need to do. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't happen overnight. You wake up and then, a lot of people say they wake up and they find God in their life and they find religion. That didn't happen to me. What happened was a lot of my friends were coming into Corcoran Shoe and they were being put on a hit list in the hat. It's called the hat. And they were considered no good, and everyone knows that means your birth date's coming up soon and that's the end of you, right? And I started thinking about what I started doing is I started challenging why they were put in the hat, and when I started seeing this pattern of all of these little tiny mistakes of why people were getting their birth date taken, It didn't make sense to me. And I said, man, that just ain't right. Like, why should somebody get their birthday taken for a situation like this? It didn't make sense to me. And that's when I started rethinking where I was at and what I was doing. Now, the change didn't come until years later, but I had to look at really what was going on around me, who was making decisions, and why these decisions were being made, and why people were getting their birthday taken for such petty reasons. Petty reasons. Oh, you broke a promise. That's it. You got to go. Like that didn't make sense. Who's God? Who has the right to make a decision like that over a broken promise? And that's what happens, man, when you're evil and you're stuck in a cell 24/7, and you're angry and hateful at the world, and you have no empathy for no one because no one has any empathy for you. All you want to do is commit violence on others. And when I realized that that's the dungeon that I was in, and that was the mindset that I was in, I knew that I was more than that, and I wanted more than that out of life. And I needed to make some smart decisions and get out of that lifestyle because it was something that I didn't agree with.
Thank you for that, Ricky. Katie's asking, did he get his ID?
Let me show you. Let me show you what I got, okay? Let me show you what I got. For now, this is what I got. All right, it's a CDC California ID. My ID's in the mail currently, so I'm waiting for it to show up. And then when it shows up, I could put my phone on my own account, and then I could go down to the bank and open up my own bank account, and then I could have some credit cards, and I could start doing some things on my own. So that's the next step, and possibly get a job, right?
That's right. Yeah. You definitely need an ID and a social security card for to get hired. Well, at least
Yeah.
legitly.
Hey, so I set up an appointment for the Social Security office to get my Social Security card in Long Beach, right?
Yeah.
You know when when the date is? September 25th.
Hey Ricky, so for your and I was just talking to somebody about this. Silas, I was talking to Silas about this yesterday. You can actually log on to your to the Social Security website, and you could order your Social Security card from online without having to go in. I believe. I know I did it like a few months back.
You can, but you know what you need to do that?
Oh yeah, what?
You need a photo ID, a California identification card.
Oh, you have to take a picture and upload it.
That's part of the process. You have to have a California ID.
Um,
I believe.
I'll double
That's what
check,
I'm
Ricky,
told.
because I don't remember. I don't remember uploading a copy of my ID when I requested a copy of mine.
No?
I don't not that I recall, but I'll double check. I'll log in because my account's already set up, and I'll let you know if you do have to provide that information.
Well, listen, if that's the case, then I'll look into it tomorrow, because I was already like, when you call them, man, they put you on hold and all kinds of stuff, right?
Hmm.
And so yesterday I called the Social Security office, and I got put on hold, and I was out doing stuff, so I blew them off. But
Yeah,
I'll do it again tomorrow. Hopefully I got time, and I'll do it again tomorrow. I'll see.
I'll look up the links and I'll log in, and then if I could order one without providing an ID, I'll send you the link so you could register and set that up. Let me see here. Let me see. Let me see. Brittany wrote a comment. We are thankful for the sacrifices James and his family make to bring the public your story. Hey, thank you. You're welcome. I'm just glad. I'm just trying to spread awareness and let people know that if they do have loved ones that are in prison, that they can come out if they really if they do want to come out and put in that work. Let me see here. Hey Kim, thank you. Kim wrote, James is a good person. Uh,
Yes, he is. He's awesome. I agree.
Jessica wrote the human side. Yep. Uh, and Brittany wrote it.
That's the human. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, you got it. You got it, Ricky.
That's the humanity that I'm in love with. That's who I want to be. And that's what I strive to be every single day. That sense of humanity to where you're touching other people's lives in a positive way. Because that's what it's about, is giving back. That's what life is.
Yeah, people are so used to just taking and using people.
Yeah.
That's not me. I don't. That's not my get down. I'd rather help than use people up. Let me see here. Brittany wrote, it just shows that people can change, both in and outside of prison.
We are redeemable. Fallible, but redeemable.
Kim is asking, do you have family, Ricky?
I do. I have two daughters and a granddaughter. They live out of state. They don't live in California.
I got a question from Brittany. She's asking, do you ever think about your victims?
I do. I do. And I did for 25 years, and I think of him every single day of my life. And it's interesting. It's an interesting question because you can't forget what you've done. Something that serious that put me in prison for 25 plus years, and then to get to where I'm at today, he will always be a part of my story, and it's something that I cannot ever forget. I simply can't. I mean, your mind, nothing will ever allow me to forget that, but nor do I want to.
I just saw a comment from Ray J. I'm not sure if you know who Ray J is. It's Ray Jennings. He was wrongfully convicted up in Lancaster back in the early 2000s, and he spent 11 years in prison. David made that connection for me, and I interviewed him back in February, and he shared his story. He actually came on Dateline. He was in the chat. Hey, what's up, Ray? Hopefully you're having a good day today. And then I also saw your daughter's in the chat also.
Mine?
Yeah. Your daughter's in the chat.
All right. Which it's got to be Stephanie. Hi, Stephanie.
It's the one. She has shades on her. It's oh yeah, Steph. Yep, yeah, it's Steph. Yeah, that is correct. She wrote hi dad. Man, that's so cool. You know what? And I want to share something with you. And I know I mentioned that the last time we spoke on the video call on Sunday, that conversation that you guys had in the car via FaceTime when we were driving to LA from San Diego, man.
Yeah.
Just hearing the joy of the joy in their voice of them being happy that you came home. And I remember something. I'm not sure which daughter said it, but she was like, "Man, I'm proud of you, Dad. I'm proud of you," and that
Yeah.
sticks out to me.
That's Stephanie.
Yeah,
That was Stephanie that was saying it.
yeah, man. I was like that, man. I was getting choked up, just listening to it.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. Just trying to control myself, right?
Yep.
Yeah, she's very, very mature, very responsible.
Yeah, she was, man. Too bad
Yeah.
they weren't able to catch the live when you got out of prison, because I only streamed that on one account. Normally I do two accounts, but that day I was having issues with my phone, so I was only able to do it on one of the accounts, and they missed you getting off the van. Um, but
I wish they had been there so we could have filmed that. Like, it'd have been great.
yeah, that would have been real.
Yeah.
That would have been
Yeah.
real right there. That would have been a real
I
moment right there.
know.
Yup.
Yeah, I wouldn't have been able to control my emotions had they been there. Yeah, I'd have been choked up for sure.
Yeah.
It's funny, as you get older, you get more emotional easier. Like I could just simply be talking and like get emotional over silly stuff. Like I can't believe it.
Hey man, you know what? Like for something like that, that's like the perfect time to get emotional over, coming
Yeah.
home and seeing your daughters, man. But hey,
Yeah.
there's still gonna be time for emotion when you guys meet up in person.
Oh, I know. I know.
Man, hey, I'm happy for you guys, for you and for your daughters. They're actually gonna get to see you,
Yes. Thank
after
you.
such a long time.
I know. I can't wait.
Let me see here. Clarence is asking, did he know or run with Reckless from Bakersfield around his
Uh,
area or around his era?
know him well. He was a lifelong friend of mine. He was also a cellie of mine. I want to say I gave him that name in the county jail back in '89. And I say that because he had a name on his chest, and the name actually said Rochelle. But the lettering that he had, to me, it looked like Reckless. And I said, "Hey, is your name Reckless?" And I don't I don't know if he was ever called Reckless prior to that, but from that, you know, from from that point on, I've always referred to him as Reckless. His name's Chris, who he's rest in peace now, but uh I used to run with him like all the time, constantly. So got a lot of history with him. Chris Clonch is his name, out of Nevada, of all places. All right.
All right, Ricky. So I got another question from you, from Brittany. She's asking, how are you gonna make up for missing all that time with your children?
You can't make that up. You just got to make the most of every moment that you have with them.
Mommy Heartless is asking, he got on TikTok? I'm telling you, Ricky, they want you on TikTok, man. It's a sign.
Listen, I don't know if I have that much to say. All right.
Let me see here. Uh, I'm not sure if I asked you this, but Jessica's asking, what was the time like leading up to the minutes before his crime?
What was it like? Well, I had just got released out of Corcoran Shoe in 1999. I got released September 17th, 1999. I committed my life crime September 23rd, 1999. So for those 6 days, I had a lot going on. And, you can't be a family man and a gang member at the same time, because in those 6 days, I had to go to court and start my family reunification process so I could get custody of Stephanie. So that was like number one priority. And then after I did that, I started getting at all the gang members that were out, and figuring out how I was going to discipline uh, the victim of my crime. Uh, and so, the process, took a few days to plan the attack on TJ. And so I was really, after that, kind of consumed by that process. And also you're trying to have fun and enjoy your life at the same time. But leading up to that crime, uh, I was walking, I guess, that fine line of trying to do the right thing for me and my daughter, and also trying to do the right thing as a gang member. I committed myself to this life, and I committed myself to being a dad too. And the two just doesn't work. It's like oil and water. You're not going to be successful if you're trying to be both things at once. It's just not going to happen. And ultimately, that's what happened. So like a train, I was derailed, and committed my life crime, took a young man's life, and left my daughter in a foster home at 8 years old. So
Let me see here. Got some other questions. So Ray Jennings wrote, speaking facts, honest words.
yeah, it's the truth. A lot of people, you don't when you're not looking at life the right way or through the right lens, you don't you can't see both sides of that. Like they just don't work. You can't be successful at these two different things. It's either one or the other. And ultimately, I chose being a gang member over my family and freedom. I chose being, this individual and leaving my daughter in a foster home. And that was a choice that I made, a decision that I made. And that's why I say, as a gang member, it's gang before family. The gang is the family. They come first. And you don't see it like that, but it's the honest truth. And here's an example. Here's something that I've been doing in groups that I'd facilitate in prison. I'd tell guys, or I'd ask them, what are your top three things that you value in life? What are your top three things? And then how does your actions align with those three things? And as a gang member, your top three things that you value is going to be your gang and your reputation as a gang member. Those are things that means the most to you. But most gang members will say my family, my kids, and it's just not true, because your actions actually got to align with your values for that to be true. And so being a being a gang member, these are you have to understand that the gang comes first before family. And if you have kids, if you have grandkids, if you have a wife, they come after the gang does. Now, you may not say that to them face to face. You may not admit that to yourself, but your actions say that. And I hope anybody that might be struggling with that could see the difference, and see that that's the truth. The gang comes before family, and when you're a gang member, that's the honest truth.
Next question is going to be from Jessica. Are there any crimes that you think are not worth someone to get out?
That's a slippery slope, because I can name a bunch of them. I think hurting kids, you know, I think hurting kids, when you're hurting kids, man, how can you do that? It's almost forgivable. It's unforgivable. Uh, but then when you start thinking about life itself, not just kids, but how about taking a human life? So then, how do you start, making that list of those that should never get out of prison, who should stay in there and rot. Everybody, I would hope that everybody's redeemable, but the proof is in the pudding. You actually got to put the work in. Professionals have to actually evaluate you like they did me. These commissioners that do these board hearings are super smart. They're very professional. They take their job very serious, and that's why the recidivism rate for lifers are so low. I think it's 1% or less, because these guys do a fantastic job in asking us the questions and understanding if we've changed our life or not. And I would, I wouldn't want to sit here and say that people that hurt kids deserve to get out of prison, because I don't think they do. You know, and then there's your different classifications of hurting a kid, that would fall into that. But
All right, Ricky. Let me see. We got a comment from Mommy Harless. She writes, "Don't look 54." And Jessica Rowe, "You're only as old as you feel."
well, listen, I still feel 29. All right, I sat in prison for 25 plus years collecting dust. All right, so I don't feel like there's a lot of wear and tear.
All right, and then let me see here. Jeanette writes, big ups, Ricky. Lots of respect to you, and keep your head up."
Yes, thank you.
And then Grace writes, "Ricky should talk to schools about his journey and how he got in trouble. It may help the young."
I hope opportunities come along. Uh, for me in that space, right? I'm not I'm not one that wants to go back into prison and be a part of that. Uh, that's not for me. I know what that is. I know what that looks like. Uh, Anything that I could do to help the youth out, I hope God puts something in my path along the way and gives me an opportunity, because that's something that I would absolutely love to do.
I'm sure you can make that happen, especially with social media, man. I'm sure you'll make those connections.
Well, it's certainly why I'm doing this TikTok thing. I'm hoping that, people that are looking for advice or a shared story, uh, that needs another step in their journey to make the right decision, maybe could pick something up that they hear here and can help them out.
For sure. Got a comment or a question from 805, and she's asking, "Have you spoken to the victim's family?"
I haven't. I would love to, but as a part of parole, I can't. I'd have to wait till I get off parole to do that. Not unless there was another way through like healing dialogue or something like that, to where they wanted to visit that and then set it up to my parole agency and things like that. But contacting any victims or anything like that is a parole violation for me, so it's not something that I can do at this time. But I'd be open to it.
Jessica wrote, "Well, if you need any reinforcing help, how good you are, we are here for you."
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Oh, hey, Kim is asking, "Does Ricky still have the key he found?"
Listen, okay, I told you it's mine, and I was looking at chains already. All right. Let me see. Let me see. Where's it at? You see this little thing right here? I'm gonna show you. You see this?
Yeah.
That's what my wallet came in that Frankie bought me. All right. I'm gonna show you what's in it. Got that in there. Recognize that? And then there's that. My key.
Man, I'm gonna have to find some of those old handcuffs from back in the days.
So I'm absolutely gonna keep it, because I just can't. I believe some little kid took that up there for his dad. It had to be a little kid who had that in his little hands,
Yeah.
and for some good reasons, to get his dad out of jail or something, right? I
Yeah.
just I just know it. I just know it. So it's mine now because I found it.
Let me see. Sancho 310 wrote, Wilmington is nice.
It is. I mean, it's beautiful right here. Like, I can't believe it.
Let me see. And then Don wrote, "You can't call yourself a lifer now, Ricky."
And I'm happy about that.
Junji is asking, "What's the worst thing he saw in prison?"
Well, I would have to say the worst thing that I've done in prison was probably the worst thing that I've seen.
Let me see. 805 is asking, "Do you realize all the people you have affected with this crime, not just the victim?"
Absolutely. And just for your audience, that's called the impact and magnitude of your crime. So the impact is the 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 immediate victims, but there's also the secondary victims. There's the community. There's the first responders. There's the law enforcement. Uh, you know the MTs that try to save his life at the park, who went there and was giving him CPR. They'll never forget the images of this young man losing his life and them not saving him. His friends, the taxpayers who had to pay for my prosecution, the investigation, the prosecution, and my incarceration for 25 plus years. The taxpayers paid for my life. They paid for my health. So the magnitude of my crime, especially here in California, where there's so much gang and violence and crime going on, that it's touched everybody's life in California and beyond. Everyone remembers the hunger strikes that went on in California prisons. Everybody hears on TV about someone being murdered in prison. Uh, Everyone in California knows somebody or someone's family member who's been incarcerated. So the magnitude of my crime, absolutely, I realize, and the impact that it's had on the family. Uh, you know, of course, I can't understand that because it didn't impact me in that way, but I absolutely understand it.
Got a comment from Don Don. Walk down a waterfront park in Wilmington. It's nice, and go fishing off the piers.
Hey, you know what I did the other day? I went to Echo Park and walked around that little lot and that little lake. I call it a duck pond. I know other people in Echo Park might call it something else, but that was cool in itself, man.
Manolo's asking, what was his first tattoo?
It was a gang tattoo. No, 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 no. Excuse me. I think when I was like 5 years old, my mom and dad they put a dot on me and my siblings' hand right here. It's still there, right on my hand. They put a dot. It's been there since I was like 5 years old.
All right, I'm gonna ask you one more question, and then I'm gonna read up one more comment, and then we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up for now.
Nice.
So, comment is gonna be from Chad. Chad writes, "Go jog in Runyon Canyon. I just did that for the first time 2 weeks ago. It was cool." And
What
then
canyon was that?
Runyon,
What canyon?
Runyon.
Runyon Canyon.
Yep.
Okay.
And then let me see. And then Jaden is asking, did your sentence go by fast or slow?
I lived it. I lived it. And when you're doing time, you don't have uh, a sense of time in your mind. There's no sense of time or awareness of time whatsoever. So, for everybody else, time may go a certain way. Like I didn't have a sense of time. So I think my time went by fast. But if you ask my daughters, they might be like, hell no, that was a long time. But for me, I didn't have a sense of time. I didn't have a time clock going off in my head. And 25 years to me seems like it went by in a blink.
Man. Yeah, but when you were doing it, I don't think. Well, I know 25 years. I was what 25 years ago, man. I was like, what, like 19 or something. And from then to now, it seems like it was a long time for me. And I've been out here.
Seeing my girls and their age and how big they are, and seeing that I have a granddaughter is my only sense of time. I could look at and see their growth, their physical growth, and their age, and that's where I get my sense of time at. But everything else, I don't have a sense of time. And you can ask every prisoner the same thing, and if they could put it in the right words, I'm sure they'll say the same things as me. We don't have a sense of time. We simply don't. And I have to look at my daughters and go, damn, they're grown. Like my youngest is 25. I have a 12-year-old granddaughter, and that's where I get my sense of time at. And that's the only perspective that I could share with you as far as that goes.
Yeah, yeah. Well, Ricky, hey, I want to go ahead and thank you. I want to go ahead and thank everybody that's been, listening to this conversation for the last like 2 hours that we've been talking, or over an hour. I know for sure. Shout out to everybody. I appreciate you guys. Being patient right here. My apologies if I didn't get to your question or I missed it. There was a lot of questions coming in. I was trying to read them in the order that they were coming in. Let me see. Linda wrote, "Thank you, James. I enjoy the interview. Good luck, Ricky. Grace wrote, Ricky, Ricky, hold your head up high. You'll do great. Mr. Autism wrote, thanks, Ricky. Honest legend. Stay happy and healthy. Thanks for your time.
Thank all of you for listening, and I appreciate all your comments and questions. And absolutely, I'm going to keep my head up, I promise.
And let me ask you. I got one question for you, Ricky. If you had to pick a song for the soundtrack of your life, what song would that be?
I already know it, and it's by Jamie Johnson.
And what's the name of the song?
What's the name of the song? I got it on the back of my leg. All
Okay.
right,
All right.
and it's called The High Cost of Living.
The High Cost of Living. All
The
right.
High Cost of Living by Jamie Johnson. You got to listen to it. You never hear him on the radio. He's country, and The High Cost of Living, man. When the first time I heard that song, and then also there's a song by Jelly Roll, the son of a sinner. It's another song you know that registers with me.
Let me see. Chad wrote. Let me see what the Chad. He writes. I know the name of that song is "High Cost of Living," or should have seen it in color. Ask about seeing it in color, James.
It's a bad jam. I mean, that's the only one that they play on the radio of Jamie Johnson is uh is that jam right there in color.
That's right. Hey, Ricky.
But
Well,
it's not the soundtrack to my life because I was never in the military.
hey, Ricky. Well, hopefully you got some time soon. And tomorrow I think I'm gonna be working, but hopefully in the next few days, we could go ahead and catch up and pick your mind a little bit more. So for those of you that, if I didn't read off your question on the next live, hopefully I'm able to get to it. I do appreciate everybody that tuned in. I am Collect Call James. You're right here with my man Ricky Black, and like I say around here, life's like a candle. Once you blow it out, it's lights out. And with that, we're out. A
Peace
rato.
out. James, thank you, my man.
Hey, no, thank you, my man. Have a good
Send me
night.
that Yeah, send me that info about the Social Security office, yeah?
I got you. I'll get on it right now.
All right. Thank you. You have a good night. Be safe.
All right, you as well, Ricky.
All right, later.
All right, bye bye.